How's everybody doing? Good. Hold on. Just had it. Okay. Hi. It's me. I know. It's been a while. It's me and her. She's looking out the window. That's her job. So anyway, y'all know I usually come on here looking funky. I do not try to be cute for YouTube. I'm looking the way I look all day. Sitting funny. I don't care. And my face is a mess. I don't know what happened. I had this massive hormonal breakout down here. Nothing like I can't. The hormonal when you break out from hormones, it's like you really can't do anything about it because hormones. And speaking of hormones, I put some braids in my hair. I don't know if you can see them, but I put some invisible braids, sort of invisible braids. You really can't see. They're kind of long. See? They're kind of long, curly. But I'm taking them out. Taking them out because I'm going through the change. Yes, you heard it here first. But I've been going through the change. But it's just starting to get really worse. And I can't stand anything on my head. I can't stand wigs on my head. I can't work out with anything on my head. I can't get dressed with anything on my head. I just cannot stand having extra hair on my head that's not mine. I just can't take it. I don't know how. It may be a phase, but I and my hair's got this long now, not that long. And let me tell you something, and that whole natural stuff is cute when your hair is like this, and you can just put gel in it and it curls up. But when that bad boy starts to get long and it gets coiled and tangled, and you gotta untangle and put gel. So I'm going old school. Really good friend of mine, I saw her the other day, and it's like, oh, your hair looks good. It's like to here, and she's got sort of a bang, wispy. It's like a real mom and like a bob, but it's curly. And I was like, I know she doesn't wear weaves, so I was totally confused because I know that me and her, we got this kind of hair. So her hair was looking like this. And she said, girl, she had a wave nouveau, an old fashioned dry curl, but what she had to grow, and we were friends. It's actually my hairdresser that I had for years, and then when I stopped going to the hairdresser, I always refer people to her. I'm trying to find a light. I always refer people to her whenever they ask me about hair. She's just excellent, and she's up here. Um, and she said she went to her, and she put her hair. Her hair is much longer than mine, but she put it almost on spiral rollers instead of the old-fashioned rods. And she said she doesn't use this activated and stuff. She uses like just regular moisture stuff that shea moisture and that kind of stuff. I made an appointment for next Tuesday. So I just put these in actually over the past weekend. I didn't finish them until, but I can't stand them. I didn't finish them. I started on. I bit my lip. I started on last Friday night or Saturday morning, and I actually didn't finish until like Tuesday because I just wore it up like this, over. I did this part around here so that I just pulled it up and you couldn't see. But I can't. You see this here, and I wear it up because if I wear it down and it's touching me, I feel like I'm gonna burst through the plane. So I just wasted $100 on here. But I can't do this. I can't do this, and I cannot graduate in May with extra hair on my head, a cap, and a gown, and whatever I got to wear underneath it. And I can't have my natural hair and have that cap on, and then when I take it off, I got that dent in my head from the afro. Come on, don't act like y'all don't know. Don't act like y'all don't know. Back in the day, I remember when I graduated from elementary school, I had a pressing curl, and it was hot, and it drew up. And all my pictures after graduation is my hair like with my cap around with the line from the cap. I'm not doing that. I can't stand no fake hair. Not fake hair, no hair that's not mine. I can't. So I done boxed up the wigs. They'll go away, drop them in a time capsule. Somebody will find them one day and be like, what the hell is this? I can't do it. So that's not what really what I came on here to talk about. Oh, and so then my son, he wants dreads. And he now, because his daddy has naturally curly hair. So he, I was able to put, I don't know if you can see this, he got his head tied up because it's not, I was able to put dreads in his, some dread extensions in his hair. You see it? And I didn't finish because we started around 12 this afternoon, and my hands starting to hurt. So I just tied it up. I did the front like I did mine, and so he just has like a band, like a scarf around here like this, and whatever. He's just hanging on with it to my sister's house. My sister or somebody goes back and says, "You said he was an only child." I am an only child, but I have a very good friend that I happen to grow up with. We grew up across the street from each other back in Queens, which is 100 miles from here, and we ended up 10, 15 miles away from each other up here. And it didn't happen. It was by design almost, but it wasn't a coincidence. So we've been friends since for 36 years. Okay, so she's my sister. Hey, I finished my first field work affiliation. Thank God, I've made it through. It's an A, actually 94 out of 100, and that's the highest, second highest grade in the class. No one ever really gets 100. One person got 100, and this is like the first person who's got 100 in like a year, something like that. Anyway, I got a 94. Out of like I said, it's a really good grade. Because you can only get a 4, which is exceeds standard. A 4 is only given to those who you consider out of the top 5% of all students that they've ever had shadow and had to do work. I mean, not shadow, had to do field work there. And I got out of 25, I have 21 fours, something like that. No, wait, no, out of 25, I had 19 fours. So that's pretty damn good. And the rest were one is meets, its standards is 2, excels, and an exceptional or something. So anyway, I finished that, and now I'm doing my second fieldwork affiliation, which is myself and another student are creating a college learning experience for physically learning and intellectually, emotionally challenged adults. So ages 20 and up, 20 to 30 is how they're running. And so we're creating a curriculum, a 6-week program. And when I say we're creating, I'm saying we're creating because they didn't give us anything but the agencies. So this week we went and met. They're all local agencies run by the government, county or the state of New York. Um, and one of them is AHRC, which is I think that's everywhere. Um, and we went and met with all the heads of those departments, the 5 different agencies that we're working with. And so now we had to create an assessment form. We had to create a curriculum or the beginning of a curriculum of what we're going to do for each week. And we got the first week pretty much drafted out of the classes. Um, I made the assessment form. We got it approved. So next week we're going out to assess them and do occupational evaluations on them and just assess where they are and what cognitive level they are and what kind of things they like to do and what they don't like to do and what their abilities are, what level of functioning there are, and then we're going to put together the classes for that. So this is also going to move on after this is a prototype, to move on to an experience, to a transition program for people who are transitioning out of services. Because once you hit, I think it's 21, once you hit 21 in New York State, I think it's everywhere, you kind of lose services, and that because you're an adult now. So if you were intellectually disabled, which is what we used to call mentally retarded. And just as a side note, the reason why we do not use the term mentally retarded anymore is because of what society has turned mentally retarded into. The word retarded, which means slow or not stagnated or stopped, in itself is not a negative word, but we have put a negative connotation on it. So when intellectually disabled, intellectually impaired, learning disabled, that's not learning disabled. I think the latest name is intellectually disabled. So we don't use the term, although you'll see it in textbooks still. We'll say MR instead of saying mentally retarded. So it's because of it's not the words and it's not the ailment, it's what we have as a society have put on that. So what we're trying to do with this program and the initiative across the United States with people who have intellectual disabilities is to put them more out in the community. I don't know about where you guys live, but I know here it used to be you see like a little van and then you see a bunch of people get out. Some of them would be wearing helmets and some of them would be in walkers, some are in wheelchairs, some of them are very impaired and some of them aren't, and some of them and you see them all in a cluster kind of walking around and everybody goes like this. So now what we're trying to do is no, these people, some of them can work, and a lot of them can do tasks geared to them. I mean, we're not trying to create them and teach them anything new because they're adults, but what we're trying to do is enhance the quality of their life. They deserve a quality of life as good as everyone else. So what we're doing is we're trying to get them out into the community and do things in the community instead of sitting and being institutionalized so that people don't, you don't hear that? She just said, oh. So that people, the stigma leaves. I mean, if you see something enough, then it becomes, we just have a tendency that it's just part of the norm. That's what we want. We want typical. We want the atypical person to be treated typically. So that's part of this program. And I've also been in touch with the college up north, and I'm going to start my procedures, and my paperwork is almost finished to start my bachelor's. That's what it is, or bachelor's. My bachelor's master's program. So 3 more years. 3 more years, I will have my master's degree, and then who knows what happens from there? Because I just can't stop learning. I love learning. I love school. I didn't think I'd ever say that. Excuse me, I did well in school, coming up, but I just really, the sense of accomplishment that I feel as a woman of 46 years old, that I was able to go back to school and finish with a degree in something that is marketable, meaningful, purposeful. That's the definition of occupational therapy, meaningful and purposeful. I had to put that out there. But the fact that I'm able to do that and that I can see the masters on the horizon is just lovely. I mean, it's better than 1,000 lipsticks or 600 wigs. It's better than that. It's just such an accomplishment. I want to mean something to this world. I want to leave something. I want to do something that has something to do with something and not just fluff. I'm really anti-fluff these days. I'm anti people with no substance. I have a lot of friends that I don't even talk to anymore. That I grew up with or that I met through work or other things, and they're not doing nothing. Do something. Complaining about their jobs, complaining about their husband, complaining about. Do something. Do something. On that note, happy weekend to all of you. I may be back tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you pictures of the completed project, and I definitely will be back after I get my new due, which is a week from next Tuesday, which is my son. Next Tuesday is my son's 20th birthday, and a week after that is spring break at the college, so I'm off for a week, and I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to the doctor. My son is going to invite to speak at a facility for troubled boys, so he's going to speak there. More on that later. 15 minutes. Love you all. Namaste. Bye bye.